There's an idea floating around in a lot of organizations, especially the ones trying to do better, that transparency is the key to trust. Open salaries, shared roadmaps, Slack channels where nothing is hidden. The theory is the more you show, the more people will trust you. But here's the thing: transparency is not the same as trust. Transparency is a behavior, trust is a relationship. Transparency says you can see everything. Trust says, even if you can't see it, I won't betray you. And in practice, they often pull in opposite directions. Transparency without trust can actually make people more anxious. Because if you give me a flood of information, but I don't know how to interpret it, or what it means for me, or whether you'll have my back when things go wrong, it's not clarity. That's surveillance. It's not safety. That's a panic spiral. Let me give you an example. I once worked at a company that had radical transparency as a core value. Meeting notes were public, salaries were visible, feedback was encouraged, but no one felt safe. Why? Because behind all that visibility was fear: fear of being judged, fear of being punished, fear of making a mistake that would live forever in a shared document. Transparency became a weapon, not a bridge, because trust wasn't there. So, what does trust look like? It looks like consistency, compassion, boundaries, follow through. It looks like telling the truth even when it's uncomfortable, protecting people when they're vulnerable, giving people enough context to feel empowered without overwhelming them. Trust is slower, it's quieter, it's built over time. You can't plug it into a dashboard, you can't screenshot it, but you can feel it in the room. Here's the balance: transparency is an offering, trust is an agreement. When transparency is used ethically, it becomes a tool in service of trust, not a substitute for it. That means we ask, why are we sharing this? Who benefits? Is it generous? Is it fair? And just as importantly, what are we choosing not to share and why? Sometimes withholding is protective, sometimes it's manipulative. The difference? Intent, impact, and integrity. If I'm not ready to share a plan because I don't want to give people false hope, that might be ethical. If I'm withholding the same plan because I don't trust the team to handle it, that might be control. Trust is not built through exposure, it's built through care. So, what does this mean in practice? It means we don't just dump data and call it transparency. We contextualize, we narrate, we connect the dots. We say, here's what we know, here's what we're still figuring out, here's how we'll keep you in the loop. And then we follow through. We build systems that respect people's capacity to process, to participate, to dissent. We build systems where transparency is not a fire hose, it is a lifeline. Because if people don't feel safe, they won't ask the real questions. They won't raise the red flags. They won't trust each other. And you can't dashboard your way out of that. Trust is the thing we build before the crisis. Transparency is what we practice in how we weather it. So ask yourself, does your team feel safe? Does your transparency serve the relationship or substitute for it? Are you being honest because you trust them or because you want to be seen as trustworthy? They are not the same, and your people can tell. I am Zephyr LaFleur. Thank you for trusting me with your time. This is Ethical Systems Building.